My name is Ava. My subject is math. For my topic is quadrilaterals. My initial question is, in the quadrilateral above, AD is parallel to BC and CD is 1/2 of AB. What is the measure of angle B? I got this question from Geometry Notes. Key vocabulary is quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon with four edges and four corners, and an angle is the space between two intersecting lines that is measured in degrees. I know I have to find at least two of the angles in the quadrilateral, which is angle C and angle D. I know I have to use the process of elimination by determining which angle measures don't fit characteristics of angle B. What was given to me was the shape, which is this quadrilateral with the four angles that are not measured. In my initial question, AD is parallel to BC, so we're just going to mark that with these handy dandy marks. And CD is 1/2 of AV, so this is 1/2 of this. So this line is greater than this. So our options are 150 degrees, 135 degrees, 120 degrees, and 90 degrees. Okay, so we know that angle C is sort of given to us because this mark means that it's 90 degrees. And obviously angle B is greater than 90 degrees because it's an obtuse angle. So we can automatically take out option D. I know that a quadrilateral is 360 degrees total. So if we take out the 90 degrees from angle C, then we're given 270 degrees left. Angle D is also 90 degrees, so we're going to take out that 90 degrees also, leaving us with 180 degrees. And we have to distribute that between angle B and A. And that is where I'm stuck.
How did you know that C and D were 90 degrees?
Well, this marking that was given means that's 90 degrees, and these two perpendicular lines, I think, they meet at like a 90 degrees.
Do you know what type of quadrilateral that is?
It's a trapezoid.
So are the same side interior angles congruent in a trapezoid?
No, because the only ones that are the same are secant. So I don't really know how to get angle B because I don't have angle A, which it would be easier to find angle B with angle A, but.
Okay, so I have a question. So will B and A be the same, or it's only C and D? I need.
Only C and D.
Okay.
Because B is an obtuse angle and A is an acute angle.
Okay, so that means A is going to be less than 180, correct?
Less than 90.
Less than 90. Okay, so okay.
And B will be greater than 90.
Okay.
So do you think that you could maybe plug in the answer choices, like by adding it to the 180 that you, the 180 degrees that's left?
So if B was 150 degrees, that'd be 150 plus 1 90 plus 9 is 180. So that would be leaving 30 degrees left for angle A. So that could be right. 135, 180.
Wait, are you adding or are you subtracting?
Oh, adding.
Adding.
315, leaving 45, right? Yeah, 45 degrees for this angle A. And then 120 plus 180. 300, leaving 60 degrees for angle A. So this one leaves 30 degrees for angle A. This one leaves 45 degrees for angle A, and this one leaves 60 degrees.
And you said it has to be 90 below.
Has to be below 90, and all those are below 90.
Okay. I only gave you 2 angles. Technically 1.
Typically.
And then you said that was congruent.
Do you know what the length is of C and D?
No, it wasn't given, so I feel like they gave us the C and D is equal to 1/2 of AB, but they didn't give us the length of CD, so it doesn't really help much.
Okay. Any other questions?
So if you were to draw diagonals in the trapezoid, would they be congruent?
Draw diagonals? What do you mean by that?
Like if you just draw a diagonal from point A to point C and point B to point D,
Like this?
would those be congruent?
Like if I were to do that?
Yeah. Would they be congruent? Or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there's a rule about the trapezoid is that the 2 top diagonals, I think, are congruent, but maybe. Is that only with isosceles?
I'm not sure.
Is that an isosceles trapezoid?
No, it's not. So since it's not an isosceles trapezoid, it kind of limits some of the ways we could try and figure this out. But we could try and split it up into a rectangle and a triangle. So the triangle has to equal 180 degrees. This has to equal 360. Not looking at this for the whole trapezoid, just if we were to do this and this. And then this would be 90. This part of the triangle would be 90, which this would be a right triangle. So
So would it be 30?
I think this would be 45 and 45. Right?
The 2 angles?
Yes, because it's a right triangle. And then could we do 90 plus the 45? Give us 135 for angle B.
Well, and in your options, B is 135. So that would make sense because you also said that
And this is 45 and this is
45.
This and that matches B. So I think B. So since I split this into a rectangle and a triangle, I knew that this is a right triangle, so this is 90 degrees. And if you do the 180 minus 90, it leaves with 90 degrees left to distribute into the 2 angles that are left. So if you split 90 in half, give 45, 45, because these 2 angles would be the same. So then since this is a rectangle, each angle would be 90 degrees, and you add the 45 and the 90, getting 135, which it is the same as this option because this angle is 45 degrees, which we did right here, which makes sense because 45 degrees for this angle and 135 for angle B. So angle B is 135 degrees, which 135 plus the 90 plus the other 90 plus the 400 or the 45 would add up to 360, which follows this rule.
Perfect. Okay. Alright, so this is where we're gonna help her with the academic vocabulary as well too.
If
This is way more
you have
confusing.
the one rectangle and then all the sides are 90, right?
Yeah, all the
'Cause-
angles.
Yeah, the angles. So then you add the triangle, which it's a right triangle because these two are caught up. And then these two, because it's a right triangle, these two angles are going to be the same.
That's not 100% true. They can be different.
He's trying to say it could be like a
Well,
30,
because it's like,
60.
well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
because it's
But I think it's correct.
I think what you did was right.
because
Yeah.
it's on the rectangle, it's going to be the same.
That makes sense.
Okay, group. So now let's start out doing the steps, and then after we write out the steps with some academic vocabulary, we're gonna go ahead and check the problem one more time.
So for my steps, I started off by I drew the quadrilateral. I came to realize or determine that angle B is greater than 90 degrees, which was that a quadrilateral equaled up to 360 degrees. Subtracted angle C and angle D from the 360 degrees. I plugged in the answer choices. I split the quadrilateral into a rectangle and a triangle. The rectangles angles all equal 90 degrees. And the triangle was a right triangle. So since I know that it's a right triangle, then since it's a right triangle, the corner angle is going to be 90 degrees. And then after that, we subtracted the 90 degrees from 180, which the 180 is how much the triangle should add up to, which equals 90 degrees afterwards. So then, after that, I knew that the 90 degrees has to be divided into the two angles that I left. And the two angles two remaining angles equal 45 degrees each. And 45 degrees plus the 90 degrees, the 45 in the triangle and then the 90 in the rectangle, which was equal to 135 degrees. Which then I realized that option B fit the characteristics. B.
Just before we do our summarization, we're gonna also do some reflection questions, verbally, all together as a group. What did I learn during tutorials today, and how did I learn? Okay, and then Ava or anyone else wants to volunteer to go first?
I can go first.
All right, perfect.
So what I learned today was that when finding an angle in a trapezoid or a quadrilateral, and you don't have all of the other angles, you can split it into two different shapes, like the triangle and the rectangle, and then find the individual angles and angle measures and what each one adds up to, and then like for this one, just add up the two here to find the angle that we needed.
Okay. Janaya, Jesslyn, you guys have anything to say?
I learned that there's like a different way to check your work because Asher like explained, and there's also like a different way of answering it.
Okay, perfect.
I learned that since I'm not in geometry and algebra, that there's different ways that you could solve. There's not just one specific way that you could find the return of a quadrilateral.
Okay, perfect. And then Nicholas, have anything?
I learned that you could find the angle by splitting the trapezoid into a rectangle and a triangle.
Finish off your tutorials. You guys are going to write a summary in your notes page. What I learned today will help me because, and then just give me a reason. Perfect.